Parousia 11. Does the devil appear as Lucifer or Satan at the hour of death? Does the devil appear in the form of Lucifer or Satan at the hour of death? This is a question that arises, but first we must define the difference between Lucifer and Satan. In fact, they are the same angel. They are thousands of the same angels, but in two different functions. Lucifer is the angel in what he really is revolt in the noble sense of the word. Why did he revolt against God? And so the Bible represents him as a fire red dragon. This is something great relating to his revolt. He says to God, I don't want your paradise based on humility and love, because I defend your honor. You are the creator. You are a pure spirit. You can give the first place to the little people, all humble. It is the most intelligent that you must give the management of your world. This is noble indeed. His revolt is like saying, this magnificent made-man space shuttle will not be driven by the maid. It is the engineers who must guide and control it. In reality, this revolt is deceptive. It is his place as first, of course, that he desires to conserve, but in appearance it is noble to draw us into his revolt. He believes that if all of humanity follows him and revolts against this God, then God will change his plans. To do this while we are on earth, he disguises himself as a snake. He crawls into our psychology. He creeps into our thoughts, and he presses upon them at each opportunity or moment to bring us down. And he does so as he understands us perfectly. He is aware of our weaknesses. Of course, he may only do this with God's permission, because through his persecutions, God hopes that we will become more modest, humble, abandoning our own pride. And so the devil tempts us during our carnal earth life in the form of Satan, and very rarely in the form of Lucifer. If at the hour of death in agony he may tempt us with despair in the form of Satan, reminding us of sins, attempting to illustrate to us that there will be no forgiveness. When Christ appears in all his glory, when he himself appears in glory, it is then in truth he freely presents what hell is to our intelligence, relying on our past sins which dispose of selfishness, so that we may choose such a direction. So Satan has a terrible power, but only through the intellect. By this I infer that he cannot drag us away by our weakness, but if in our acts of mortal sin, weakness, or ignorance we have developed considerable egoism of pride, there is a root within us that tends to admire him and tendencies to follow him, and therefore to choose hell. This is the risk of eternal damnation that will come from us alone, him being only the ambassador of his world made of solitary and selfish glory.